What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost, and we're back again with another Illustrials class. This time from this past week's um, casual tournament where we play 4 games just for the heck of it, get a couple caster coins, you know, the good stuff. But as you can see here, I'm going to be starting this one out here, which if you're playing me in Illustrials, we roll the die. Top person with the noise, higher roll gets to go first. That's just how I'm doing it. But everyone's favorite rabbit to start out the clash, as you know, one, you get to look at your top 3 cards in your deck. You get to choose one, you get to put the other 2 back, and then you get to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Ash Rabbit is definitely a very big staple of the Celestials. I wish the effect was in other elements as well, because being held to just Ash Rabbit does seem a little unfair if you want to have a little bit more fun. I hope that over time we can see more of that. I do set 1 as well, and then I end my turn. That knocks me down to 19 spirits. My opponent, they're going to draw. They're going to look at the cards. They're going to think of what they want to do, and they are going to play a Toxion. Burning me for 1, knocking me down to 18 spirits, as they should. Alright, here. They put down the Toxion. And then they do something I didn't expect to see. They set the entire back row. Very interesting to see what could happen with that. They set their entire back row. And then they end their turn. Now, that entire back row will not matter for the entirety of this clash. Spoiler alert, just saying. Because I'm going to pull one of my favorite things to do. And I'm going to send straight into the Sonicore, thus nullifying all counter runes for the remainder of the clash, as long as he's in attack position. So I also destroyed the Toxion, who was in attack position for some reason, and burned them for 1 extra spirit, ending my turn. Again, I thought for a second there I thought about doing something else, but I'm like, oh wait a minute, I attack, so it doesn't matter. Again, all counter runes are now null and void for the remainder of the clash, as long as he's in attack position. My opponent draws. They have to spend the draw, unfortunately, which spend the draw is definitely one of the toughest things to have to do, because especially if you have no front row, and the fact that all of his counter runes, which he has a lot of counter runes on his back row, kind of become null and void, it definitely comes with making this thing. They draw, expend, and then they pass their turn. I draw. And then I play Valseries in attack position. Now, I didn't have to do this next section, but I did anyway. I played Hephaestus. I added 2 more to it to add it up, 2 more to it to knock it up to 7 for Valseries to tie him with Sonicore for 7 attack. And then I hit him for 3 spirits, and that was my turn. So far, right now, you might think that I'm like leading this clash right now, but not necessarily. No, I'm only at 13 spirits, and they're at 14 going into the next turn for them. Now, another reason why I didn't need to, and why I probably shouldn't have, is as they sit here and figure out what they're going to do, even though all counter ruins are null and void right now. So unless you have an Earthquake hiding, which could have changed this clash completely if they would have had an Earthquake just waiting right then and there for them to just spring up on me, destroy my Sonicore, and go from there, but that is not the case. They're thinking, what can I do? How can I get over this all? How can I do anything? They play Picust in defense position, thus destroying Hephaestus and the 3 spirits that were underneath of him, thus knocking Valseries back down to 4 attack. So, that's on me. As the dice shows, both of us right now are at 13 spirits each. So this is a tight clash right now. Anything can go this way. If he happens to run into an Earthquake, I don't know his deck. I don't know who that has. They could have an Earthquake just ready to top deck and just rock my world and make it so I don't have Sonicore anymore, and then everything in his back row becomes playable again. But my turn. I will draw and play one of my other favorite cards of set 1, and a very good card too, Kinleo. Unfortunately, no Nexusing available for him outside of getting FrostFall series. I so wish I would have had P-Gust, wouldn't have been a thing, but I did Nexus to get the P-Gust off the field, and then I'm able to hit them for 4 damage, knocking them from 13 to 9. So it looks like I definitely am starting to pull away here. Until now, they draw, trying to figure out what they want to do. They are like expending the 4 spirits. First time I've actually played anybody who seems to have every element from set 1, the first 5 spirits, in their spirit deck. I've seen every single one of them in this clash. Never seen it before. It definitely was a joke deck for them. It was a casual play tournament, so they weren't going to come out with their serious deck. But they draw. They ditch a face down mirror in which one they want to get rid of. They get rid of a Chains of Prometheus, as you can see there in the corner, to play Ambrosia, knocking themselves back up to 11 spirits. So to 11 spirits again, taking this back to a much more even game, as I still have 12 spirits right now, as they're trying to figure out what spirits they want to bring back from the underworld. And they make their choice right here. One Leviathan, one Vampiro, and it looks like I don't know what else they're going for here. They are taking it's definitely spirit count is definitely another Leviathan. It's definitely something to look into when you're doing, especially late game. Maybe you need that one extra fire spirit, that one extra earth spirit that you're gonna need. So deciding what you want is always a must. Then things get a little bit more interesting for them, as they're thinking here what they're going to do next. It is very hard to figure out what you're going to do but they do play Exaltair onto the field, giving it 1 spirit. Now this is the base set Nexus Celestial for the wind element. If you Nexus if you use the Nexus effect here, which they're setting up to do right now with an Aeolus, they put 2 onto it, thus getting themselves. Now, Nexusing from Exaltair to Aeolus, it Nexuses 2, thus burning me for 2 spirits, knocking me down to 10. And then they really had no other choice but to crash into Kinleo, destroying both, but because they had an extra spirit on top of theirs compared to mine, I will end up losing a spirit as well, knocking me down to 9, as they are down to 8 spirits after everything they did, getting those 3 spirits back, getting them up to 11, pretty much using those 3 spirits to get them to back up to 11, then just using those 3 spirits to bring basically Exaltair and Aeolus up to the field, just to Nexus, burn me for 2, and then destroy my Kinleo, which was very smart to do. This clash is still close. It is a very close clash still. But they do leave themselves wide open from here right now. So I turn, I draw. I had a Thunderstorm in my hand for the entire time. With Sonicore on the field, there really was no reason to use it. But I decided, well, what the heck, for content and everything, let's just grab 2 Thunder Spirits. I always end up grabbing more because the stickiness of the mats. I will play Thunderstorm. I destroy a Tsunami. Just for S&Gs, just to do it. It was just something to do, really, just to get it over with. And then I will just hit I set 2. And then I hit them. I set 1 back row. I already had 1 down. Yeah, I set 1 back row. I hit them for 2 more spirits, knocking us down to 7 each. Time clash right now, going into their turn on turn 6. So again, still close clash. Anything can happen. He can draw something that could be really good and make it so much better, but he does draw, And a lot of this happened in this clash. They will expend to draw again. Thus, top decking, if I'm correct here, as we get this going. Trying to figure out, they're just trying to figure out what can I do to stay in this clash. It's not great right now for them. They have an Ambrosia, they're going to play it. Getting them back up to, they're actually in the lead after this play right now with the Spirits right now. They have 9, I have 7. So, yeah, it's definitely one of those things that they're just trying to stay in the game still because Sonicore is keeping back rope being used. Because they had to change Prometheus there. They had a Tsunami there. Whatever else they had, I don't know. I didn't ask them. But if they're just trying to find a way to get rid of Sonicore to basically turn this clash around in their favor. And they haven't had any luck right now. But getting 3 back is always a great thing. Never a problem with getting more than 1 Ambrosia, getting those Ambrosias out. It just keeps you in the game sometimes. Now, I draw. Kind of stuck it on my arm because stickiness and whatnot. I draw my own Ambrosia, getting myself back into the lead here. With, well, yeah, back into the lead. No, actually, no, tying them with 9 spirits each at this time. As I'm able to get those 3 spirits back. Always great. Not a problem with that. But I do end up hitting them for 2. Knocking them down to 7 spirits. And then it's their turn. Only thing they really can do, they spend their spirits. They draw. Got nothing. They have to do, unfortunately, they have to expend to draw. To pass their turn, unfortunately. And basically, I'm in the driver's seat of this clash right here. There's nothing they can really do. Sonicore is just too powerful for them. If they had a Swirl It in their deck, definitely changes everything. If they have a Earthquake, but I draw. I hit them for 2, knocking them down to 4. They draw. They then expend to draw, hoping for something. They draw, they get a Valkyries, nothing they get a Viscerus, nothing they can do. They fold, and I will pick up the win of the clash this time around again. And yeah, that was the end of this clash right here. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below. They did have an eruption, which at this time probably would have been a very good play to have if they could play it. Is that a lava lift too? I'm pretty sure. Yes. But that is all for this clash. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, my name is Frost, and I'll see you later.